This is my 8-foot 3-inch cardboard aircraft carrier I made in 2018 and last updated in 2022. This aircraft carrier is loosely based on the Nimitz class and Gerald R Ford Class aircraft carriers, and in today's video I'm going to give you a complete up-close look and rundown of my aircraft carrier. All I ask for you guys is to hit the like button, go grab some food, and enjoy the tour of this awesome aircraft carrier. Starting with the front of the aircraft carrier, we do have a bulbous bow that I think does come out too far, especially for the real Nimitz class aircraft carriers I styled this on, but it does come out very nice and shapes up nicely with the aggressive long flight deck, and that's another reason why I don't think it looks necessarily as bad with how large it is with the aggressive front of the flight deck. It does come up and come back out and slope into the hull of the ship very nicely. We do have some nice drawn on details and anchors and some other details that I've added on the front of the ship. You do have a little detail with the drawn on grid there on the front. You have these flight crew places that they would go to get out of the way as the jets are launching. You have two 50 cals, one on both sides, and you have some nice stairs with some railing detail. You have the number 5, which is one of my favorite numbers I put on at the time, and you can find that on other places on the carrier. You can see there's another little platform with a 50 cal and a ladder going down. There's some paneling here on the side, and then there's this Sea Sparrow, and over here there's a Sea Whiz with some more ladders and stairs. There's another 50 cal on that side there. I think there should be both a Sea Whiz and a Sea Sparrow on both sides on the real ones, but I do think I got the majority of the shaping and detail pretty nice on both of these little overhanging components on the ship. I did make a lot of cardboard jets on this aircraft carrier. You have an F-14 Tomcat here. You have a lot of F-18 Super Hornets that are mainly on the aircraft carriers. And then there's some other random little cardboard jets that aren't really based off anything that also are on the ship. Moving on the main deck here, you have your catapult slingshots, steam-powered, that launch your jets into the air. You have some more cardboard jets and stuff, and then some loosely based B-2 bombers or F-117 Nighthawk cardboard jets. We have some deck damage on the front there. My Sea Sparrows on my aircraft carrier do look like a double quad launcher. They don't separate in the middle like the real ones. There's a little door here, some other detail. And speaking of detail, before we focus on the top, I do have the keel that runs down the middle of the ship, which is really, really cool. And when I do make my next aircraft carrier, I would like to curve the exterior of the hull on both sides a little more. Moving on to more side paneling detail, I do have another platform here with 2 ladders and some antennas. I think these are tanks full of air on the real ship. They are not lifeboats or anything like armor plating. I'm not sure though. We do have our first elevator here that have some big steel beams and stuff that I loosely based on it on the real ship. Looking at pictures, we have some more little drawn on details and platforms and little vents and stuff. Some more side detail. We do have the elevator door that is a little small on this one for the jets to go inside the ship. Over here I do have some more vents, and there's this little doorway with this little overhang section that you can see out. Some more detail. There's a little ladder and a little space here. There are these little hanging out pieces that would have nets or other things on the side of the ship in real life. We have another elevator here. Once again, this doorway is small. I kind of like that I have both of these not 100% level with the deck, just for some more detail and imagination. We have this little doorway here with some lights and more vents, and I like how this overhangs here too. We have some more details over here, some platforms with some doors, if that'll show up on the camera. We do have a porthole over here. Going up over here, we have some radar equipment. We have some open doors, like I said. More of those tanks and little platforms where you'd have nets on the real ship for safety. Some more doors, some really cool little detailed stairways and other stuff over here. We have a large elevator over here. This one looks very, very nice and is in proper size to the jets on the ship and what would be. You can see there is some wasted space, and these elevator doors are very, very small compared to this one and also the one over here on this side. You can see I did drag on some of the detail and paneling. There's a little lifeboat cubby. There's another Sea Sparrow here, which I really like. I really like this kind of pocket area on the ship. There's a lot going on here, but not too much. You do have another platform with a ladder, another 50 cal and some doors. Over here, you do have a crane on the ship. And on the Nimitz class, this is a giant radar system, but this is a crane on mine. It's pretty detailed, and we do have some crates and stuff here that are pretty large. Over here, I do have two cubbies on both sides of the aircraft carrier bridge. You can see one on the other side there. There's a lot of portholes drawn on. There's the number 5 again. Some more radar detail. Some 50 cals. There is this searchlight I did add on one of these bridge wings on the ship. Another 50 cal, some ladders, some doors open and closed, some little lights. You have the captain's navigation bridge. You have the regular flight deck monitoring place there. You get some more radar stuff. There's a lot going on here, a lot of detail, and it looks really, really nice. And then you have this giant mast here with some more radar paneling and pieces all around the side and the front. There are a lot of little lights and details here, some more drawn on lights and some actually handmade and cut pieces. There's this open door here, which I think looks really cool, that gives the ship a little more life. And we do have some more crates over here. We do have the Savage from GTA 5 Online. It is that Russian helicopter. We have some more F-18 Super Hornet jets and some other big ugly random jets. Well, this one I think is kind of ugly, but this one I do like, and it is like a mini V2 or F-117 Nighthawk, just like you see here. These are pretty detailed. These are the F-18 Super Hornets. Some little wheels there and the folding landing gear platforms and stuff. Some little vents. Those are, whoopsies, those are very cool. I do like those a lot. On the stern of the ship here, we have a number 5. We have some more detail on the underside of this angled flight deck piece. We have your rudders and your propellers. I did use wooden dowels on the stern of the ship, but I have used actual cardboard thin cut pieces before, but those do look very, very nice. I do have the propellers angled in the places they would be on real life. You have a little doorway here. We have some platforms, another 50 cal, a little ladder. And when I do make my next cardboard aircraft carrier, I would like to have the inside of this little area on the back a little more detailed, and everything a little more detailed as well. This does wrap around over here with another Sea Sparrow, a door, some more platforms, some superstructure with some more detail. There's detail everywhere on this thing. This does lead over here to this nice 12-degree angle platform with a staircase and a ladder. You can see where I did mess up cutting this elevator. I like how this elevator is equal to the flight deck, but I also don't mind the detail of the ones I have over here that are not leveled with the aircraft carrier. The Army Men jets for this aircraft carrier that fill up the flight deck nicely are a little too large for the elevator doors, even though these two are more larger and proportionate to the ship. My cardboard jets do fit, for the most part, inside these doors. Obviously, these do not. With both of these aircraft carrier doors on the back being larger, you could still see that these Timmy Toy F-15 fighter jets cannot fit in the maintenance doors. Moving over here, we do have some more vents, fans, little breathing techniques. We have this place that also illuminates light and little patterns to the jets to land on the flight deck. I don't know what it's called, but I watched a video on it a few years ago. I guess it could easily fall into another aircraft navigation system or component on the ship. We get some more 50 cals, some little detail here, antennas. There's this big fat one here too. I don't remember what this one does, but it's there and it adds detail. That's all I know. We get some more radar systems. We have another little bridge wing over here with a little ladder. There is a fan down here somewhere. There it is. I really, really do like that little piece here. I did kind of throw on a lot of this random stuff underneath here, but it does serve a purpose. We do have a piece of the flight deck that does drop down here with some more detail. We have this little panel piece that does drag on to the little overhang section here with the Sea Sparrow. We get some more doors and portholes. We do have another dent here, which I will try not to have on the next carrier I build. It does take away from the aesthetic look of it. Also, the little rips and tears down here. But again, it's not the end of the world. I have another beautiful anchor here and the other side of the bulbous bow. And that pretty much takes us through the tour of my cardboard aircraft carrier that is 8 feet and 3 inches long. I think it is 32 inches wide and it is almost 2 feet tall. It is about 34 inches tall from the hull of the ship to the top of that mast there. But I do want to build another one of these. This did take me probably 1 month back in 2018 and another week worth of work in 2022. I said I'm going to be building another aircraft carrier, and I do want to make another one. That one will be more so based on the modern Gerald R Ford Class from 2016, I think, or 2017. That one I will document and hopefully have a 30-minute building process on it, and also a tour just like this aircraft carrier here. So hopefully in another month or so, I will have another aircraft carrier built. Thank you guys so much for watching, and God bless the United States veterans for what they do and their service for our awesome country.